Alright, so cleaning the kitchen, first thing I want to talk about is the dishes. Now, I personally don't want to be a part of any conflicts at all, so I'm going to clean my own dishes. So you never have to worry about me and dishes ever again. So any conflicts about dishes, figure it out amongst yourselves. I'm not a part of this anymore. But let's say things like this. This is super greasy. It's not been washed properly. From what it looks like, it was just soaked in water and rinsed off. Grease does not get off that way. You have to scrub grease. Now, cleaning greasy things is very easy. Just run a little hot water in there. Not too much. You don't want a lot. Just a little bit, right? Then you're going to want to get a little dish soap. And you're just going to want to put a little bit in there like that. Take your scrubber, scrub around. And as you see, it starts to form bubbles. The less water you have, the more bubbles. Don't put no water though. You need some water in there. Now it only took me like 20 seconds to scrub around the entire thing. Make sure you get the sides. I can't do it hard because I'm only using one hand right now. But it only took me 20 seconds. Rinsing it off is pretty self-explanatory. You just rinse it off. And as you can see, if I run my finger across, only water, no grease. Now we've got kitchen towels, so if you need to, use them. I did it just so I can show you and prove that there's no grease. No grease. Things like these appliance things, I recommend you wash them off with or dry them off because people use them often. Same with if all these are dry and there's too much space, don't put something on there. Just wash it off, dry it off. Either that or put away all the dishes and then stick it on there. And then you see things like this. I don't know what that is, but it's not clean. So it's on the outside of the glass. Remember, you got to clean the outside too. There are a lot of germs, you know? I don't want to put this in my mouth. Now the scrubbers for really tough messes, for things like glasses, all you got to do is wet the sponge a bit. Make sure it's not stuffed with water. Get a little out. Pour a little soap on it. I put too much. You don't need a lot. All you need is like a pea size of soap. Then you just rub it in so it starts bubbling. If it's not bubbling too good, a little bit of water helps. And then you just start scrubbing. This is what your dishes should look like after you're done scrubbing. Plenty of soap on them. Now you just rinse it off. No soap marks anywhere. If all you do is rinse it out like that, there's soap all in it. I personally don't like eating soap, so I hope you don't either. Cleaning this thing is just as easy as the glasses. You just use soap sponge, that's it. There you go. How hard was that? Not hard at all. Now, if you come over here to this corner, there's disinfectant wipes. Go ahead and grab you one. Make sure all the stuff is off the counter. And then start wiping away. Very easy. Seeing as this is where a lot of food is made, it's going to be having to be wiped down often. You don't have to wipe it down every day or something. Just whenever there's food or crumbs on there, just wipe it down. And don't go overboard. If there's one crumb, just wait until there's more. Appliances, if you're wiping down the countertops, go ahead and just wipe them down too, because a lot of people touch them. A lot of food on your hands, grease. We don't want grease anywhere. Also, if the top of the microwave is dirty, wipe it down too. I already did, so. Now, if it's not completely dirty, then you've got plenty of disinfectant wipe left to continue wiping down the rest of the counters. Sometimes there's water spots like that. Make sure you get them. Very easy. Look at that. And just continue wiping all the crumbs onto the floor. You can pick them up or you can sweep them to a trash can. If you sweep them into the floor, if there's a lot of crumbs, you're going to have to sweep it up. Same thing happens for the stove. When you're done using the stove, you got to wipe it down. My disinfectant wipe's still good. I can start working on it. Now the stove's going to be a lot harder because there's been a lot of grease on here. So it's going to be harder to scrub down. If you need to, you can use the sponge. There's these metal sponges over here if you need to, if it's really tough. But it shouldn't be that hard, right? It doesn't take any time. You might need to scrub a little harder. Look at that. Look at all that that's on the stove. That means it's time for a new disinfectant wipe. Now this area gets pretty dirty because it's where all the coffee is. So just move everything off. Sorry, I didn't realize how heavy the honey was. And you see all those coffee stains? Watch this. Just a little bit of scrubbing. There you go. They're all gone. There they are, right there on my hand. So it takes barely any time to make your life better. Just don't be lazy, you know? Alright, so it's less than a day after the kitchen video, and I figured might as well show what the kitchen looks like less than a day after I made that video. Looks like there was cups with water stains. That's not that big a problem. Looks like there's some sticky stuff right here. Keep in mind, I just wiped this down yesterday. There's water stains all over the place. Scissors are out. This needs to be thrown away. I'm not gonna hold that against you because you just got it today, but. And then there's a whole bunch of coffee grounds all over this side, this countertop that I just cleaned off yesterday. I shouldn't even say anything about it. There's crumbs all over the countertop. So I hope that helps you better understand why I'm making these videos. We don't deserve to live nasty like that. We really don't. Just the same as you made the mess, it's that easy to clean it up. That should be it for the kitchen. Next video is going to be about the living rooms. I don't want to make these videos, I really don't, but I feel like they need to be made. I put a lot of work into the kitchen especially, and it just feels like it's all being thrown away because everyone's just messing it up again and again. So please just have the decency and keeping it clean. You know, that's all it is just keeping it clean. Keeping everything organized and clean. It's very easy. It's very easy. Like more than easy. All right, off to the living rooms.